Hello, everyone. I'm glad to have this opportunity again to share a brief thought with you. I really appreciate those brief moments I have to just share a brief thought with you. As I shared with you before, our podcast is on the way, coming. Conversation for the Curious Mind. As I shared with you before, I hope you're as excited as I am to have an opportunity for you and I, in spite of all those noisemakers, names and people who appear to become famous using the technology, the social media, the internet to make lots of noise. I hope you're as excited as I am to have an opportunity to look at what's going on in the world, in our lives, from an emotional, intelligent perspective, which we call noisemakers. As I shared with you last time, it is my intention to look at these noisemakers, as I make reference, the things that are going on in our world, from a noisemaker's perspective. And we're going to use the means of which to look at those things fundamentally, historically, psychologically, and as I shared, definitely from a spiritual perspective, as well as from a sociological perspective, from the point of view of noisemakers, using our emotional intelligence to bring to questions, to analyze, to examine, and to take a deep look at what's going on in the world, what's going on in our own personal lives, and what these noisemakers are saying, how fundamentally foundational those things are to identify truth and false, ethics, unethics. And that's what I mean. We will be approaching those things using our emotional intelligence to looking at these noisemakers from a fundamental perspective and to analyze what is their intention, what is the purpose, and what is the meaning behind all these noisemakers. And again, I cherish those opportunities to have those brief moments with you to tell you our podcast is coming. Conversation for the Curious Mind. To look at our world from a noise-making perspective. And as I just said, we're going to approach it from an emotional intelligence perspective. And as we identify each one of those noisemakers, making those ethical, moral, psychological noise in our ears, and thereby affecting us, as I said, not just us alone, but the next generation. It's going to be the recipient of this decision we are making today. It is my intention, therefore, to make a case for that every decision we make have consequences. You know as well as I do, if I were to tell you there was no consequences, I know you wouldn't believe that. Because every decision we made have a consequences built into it. And so the decision we're making as a nation, as a people, as society, as a world, not only have consequences in the here and now, but for the next generation who's going to bear the blunt of those decisions we're making today. I ask of you, my friend, as I said before, I'm asking you to listen